Alright, so we are outside of Walnut Grove, Minnesota on October 22nd, 2025. We are going to the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum. Me and my precious brother.
Hello.
Now, Charles Ingalls lived here. The family lived here from 1874 to 1876. This museum is, a tourist attraction, but we're also going to see the dugout today, and it's on the banks of Plum Creek, so we're going to see Plum Creek as well. And I think they have a display or an exhibit of the television series. I'm very excited. They left here because the crops kept failing, so it was 2 years they were here, and it was a grasshopper plague. Yeah, so they left, and I think that's when they went to Burr Oak, Iowa after here, I think. We haven't been there yet. Oh, here's Plum Creek. Here we go. Woohoo! Walnut Grove population 751, and they even have an awesome water tower. Oh, look at that water tower. Let's go to the museum, and then we're gonna drive around the town and see what's up. Charles Ingalls was also the butcher in this town and a justice of the peace. I just love that water tower. Next right. There it is. There it is, right next to the water tower. How fitting. And this is where they have the pageants. There's the Wilder pageant sign right there. Oh, look, they're packed. Wow. That's awesome. Pull up here. All right, let's just get a closer look at that water tower. Yeah. And then, there it is. There it is. Out here. So we're at the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum. There's a train just coming by. It's October 22nd, 2025. And here is the depot. I have a little brochure here. And in this brochure, it has different things, so let's see if it says anything about the depot. Okay, the depot consists of 2 large exhibits, and the little Laura Ingalls Wilder exhibit and the Little House on the Prairie TV exhibit. So we are going in. There's that wagon. Alright, let's go in. What, is this the way we go in? Going in.
For meetings, we could do how things and how things just after say something. So that would be harder to
Rising Star quilt. They found this among Rose Wilder's, Laura's daughter's belongings.
And these are characters. Right. Oh wait, it's not here Friday. What? Next Friday? Yeah. Maybe it's Friday. I don't know. What's the date? You know what? 7?
Beautiful.
nose just. They were miserable. Okay, yeah, here's Albert. Okay. What does this say about him?
I think that's talking about the shepherdess.
Oh, okay. Okay. No. See, it's
I think so. I think they had somebody build the actual fireplace.
I will.
Oh, there she is. Ugh,
I know,
that
right?
grin.
Like FOMO over here. What's going on? What's going on?
Nelly! There's Eliza James.
So cool having them all.
That was a little bit surreal.
So this is the fiddle that he used in the movie. Now we saw the original fiddle over in Mansfield, Missouri.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're obviously very polite people. But on the other hand,
So this was purchased from Melissa Gilbert, it says.
oh,
So
absolutely.
down to
That is, she is.
Yeah.
She's just a cool person. French people don't think so. They
Oh.
love her.
Oh, yeah.
They think she is just wonderful.
Of course they do. She's like, that's how we are naturally.
Yeah.
Especially when Americans come visit.
That's the dugout, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But yeah, my world's polite.
Now this looks like when we were on the homestead yesterday, we saw the shanty, Ma's shanty it was called. Very nice.
You know, First Avenue, whatever. She's like, Paisley Park. So it was like.
Olson's Mercantile.
And grew up watching the TV series.
Boy, that Mr. Olson was henpecked, wasn't he?
My childhood was like colliding with.
Harriet?
Oh, very weird, surreal.
One year when she was here.
Oh, she's learning every way.
Yeah.
She really is.
You know that you went on a road trip with Van Morrison?
Really?
I got her, there's an Elvis affiliation too.
I didn't hear the Elvis piece.
Yeah.
Van Morrison evidently calls her up one day, I'm depressed, let's go on a road trip, and she went. I'm like, you're kidding me. You mean I have 1 degree of separation from Van Morrison?
Did you have all the cassettes?
Just Dean Butler and
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Well, and Wendy Lou.
Teens and youth, that kind of thing, and so. Where did she live before?
California, but I never could pin her down exactly.
Okay, all right.
That's gonna be a cultural shock. Hershey, PA. I promise you, it's gonna be a cultural shock. I'm from Huntsville.
Oh, yeah.
An hour away from Hershey, I know.
Which is the winter of all.
Well, coming from California.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there will be Amish, lots of them. They like to shop on Thursdays. All the buddies are in the grocery store shopping on
Why
Thursdays.
Thursday?
I don't know.
The day you do it.
Well, Saturday they have to cook, because Sunday they're not, and I think Saturday is the day too, when the boys take the girls out, so.
Kind of like Laura, what they, like one day you did this, two, you know.
Oh, yeah, they've
they
got
had
a
their-
very,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I was just out in Indiana, and there are a lot of Amish.
And, yeah, we go, yeah.
And they spend a decent amount there at our museum.
Okay, so this is called Grandma's House. Grandma's House is named after its cozy and inviting furnishings, much like what you would see in your grandma's house. The house was built in 1890 Victorian, 11 years after the Ingalls left for the Dakota Territory, and is significant to Walnut Grove because of the unique onion dome tower. It is very unique. Very nice. And here's the depot we just left there. Wonderful exhibits. So let's see if we can go in Grandma's house. Cute little area. Go right in the front door. All right, let's see if Grandma's home. Grandma's house. Grandma? Each day had its own proper work, Mom would say. Wash on Monday, iron on Tuesday, mend on Wednesday, churn on Thursday, clean on Friday, bake on Saturday, and rest on Sunday. I'd always be praying for Sunday. Look at that, neat. Everything's so cool, but that basket. Got granite ware, blue swirl. Grandma's been busy. The bath.
This was good. Okay.
Look at that old plunger.
Isn't it funny though when you have your own kind of place, like museum, the things you notice when you visit another one?
Yeah. That's the ice cream maker with the milk jars. Better churn. I think that's a churn, that big thing. It's a little complicated. Those are milk cans. That's a better paddle churn. Very nice. All right. On the Banks of Plum Creek by Laura Ingalls Wilder. 1938. There. And the thought comes to my head, did you know that Laura Ingalls' first manuscript was denied? They rejected it. They said it wasn't something that they think would do good. And her daughter, they did some revisions. And the second time they accepted it. And you know the story from there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Look at this. I've never seen a lamp like this. So, whole lamp?
Yeah, all in one day.
Well, I guess they made it electric, right? That kind of throws me off.
This is like ripping a Band-Aid off.
Very
It's done.
cool.
I said to the other day, we went out on Sunday to clean up.
Very similar to the desk that Laura has in Mansfield.
Because it was laying on a.
Yeah, just go along with that, like you
Where is
actually
it?
formulate.
It's Laura autographing
Just repeating that.
in Springfield, Missouri.
Where is it?
Every time I go on things like this, I'm more fascinated by the structure than I am by the displays, and try to figure out how
Oh, my great-grandmother had a cookie jar like that. I had my hands in that cookie jar many times.
They used to, they used to rent out the top too, so I had a woman come in here and said she used to live upstairs too, so.
That old ice box.
That's a good question.
Beautiful oak, it looks like.
That's where it was born.
That kitchen cabinet. Now that was Grandma's house. Very nice. There's a little horse. Looks like it's not very active. All right, so look, there's the dugout, little church. So now we're going to the dugout. So that's Grandma's house. Oh, well, here's a jail. The Walnut Grove jail cell. Building character by checking out the Walnut Grove jail. So it's a story, two kids out there, they had a telephone pole and they thought it would be great if they would block traffic and just put it in the street. Well, they were putting it in the street. Here comes the police officer, Mr. Swin. And Mr. Swin said, "What are you guys doing? You could have hurt somebody." And he said, "Get in the car." So the kids thought that they were going to take him home, and he brought him to the jail. And he put him in the jail. He says, "You're just going to have to go to jail." He put him in the jail for a few minutes, and they just left. The cop just left, and they were scared and upset, and the police officer went to go speak with his parents. Look at that cup. A chain. They went to speak to their parents, and they said, "Leave him in there for an hour or so." And they came back, and he got him, and that was it. And they never did anything wrong again. Character builder. They wanted the town to be proud of him, so they both became Eagle Scouts. Which I thought that was such a nice story. And here we are. Now we're at the dugout. A replica dugout. It is very interesting. It's actually cute. Let's see what it looks like. Laura's first home in Walnut Grove was a dugout. Picture of a dugout. Oh wow, it is small. Cute. Look at the ceiling's nice. The one we saw yesterday, it was all dirt. Well, this has the dirt floor. That bed, you'd be better off on the floor maybe. There's a little window. Very nice. I love that stove. Okay. Okay, so here's a little quote from Pioneer Girl. "Once when a herd of cattle came by, one big ox walked on our roof and his hind leg came through." You imagine an ox walking on your house? That's awesome. The Little Red Schoolhouse. In 1986, the Walnut Grove High School FHA remodeled this 1880s grain shed, which was located in Ann Township, into our Little Red Schoolhouse. Oh. The first school Laura ever attended at Berry Corner, Wisconsin was a small one-room building. She later attended and briefly taught in a school similar to this one in Dakota Territory. This schoolhouse that Laura was a pupil of while in Walnut Grove would have actually been 2 stories tall. Oh, wow. That is nice. Great job. Oh yeah, look at that. Ceilings are really low. One-room schoolhouse. Okay, so this is the early settlers' home. The early settlers' home was formerly located on the property of Alec Nelson, notable neighbor and friend to the Ingalls family. This 2-room home is furnished to represent a pioneer home of the late 19th century. This building is the same size as Laura's wonderful house, which she wrote about on the banks of Plum Creek. All right. There's the settlers' home. Let's go in. Honey, I'm home. Oh, how nice. Now, I like this. 2 big rooms. You'd have that wall. His and hers. Oh, man, that's a nice laundry tub. Look at that old cabinet. Like a secretary cabinet. It's a little different. Look at that. The Alec Nelson family, neighbor to the Ingalls. What are those? Those candle wicks, maybe? Oh, this is nice. Look at the floors. Look at that stove. Oh, wow. Look how low that is to the floor. See that pull-out bed? That would be for the kids. A rope trundle. The old trunk. Very nice. The settler's home. Okay, so now we're going into Heritage Lane. And this is Walnut Grove town history, starting with the pioneers settling in Walnut Station and ending with more modern developments of banks, post offices, and things of such in Walnut Grove. The building features a dugout mural by Karen Peterson of Lake Benton, Minnesota. All right, so here we go. We're going in Heritage Lane. Oh, nice. Wasn't quite expecting that. And it smells really good in here. Maybe that's my new laundry soap. I don't know, it smells really good. There's another one of those. Somebody's in there. But those wagons are really so small. Like, that's really small to be hauling a family across the country and terrain. They're rugged. Pioneers. That's a chicken coop. Well, not a coop. I don't know what chickens. It holds chickens. I mean, look how much stuff they have in there. That's a lot. So you have to sleep on the ground. Probably under the wagon. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they did. Thankful for our modern amenities. That's for sure. Lanterns. I love little lanterns. Those barrels. Oh, look at that. Did I miss this one? Is this a telephone booth? Oh, it sure is. Adult supervision required, one in the booth at a time. I'm going in. Oh, cool is that? You really didn't want to miss a phone call back then, I'm telling you. Hello, Nellie? Yes, yes. Can I hear you? No? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Very nice. Oak, that's oak. Look at how well used that's been. Look at those handles, they're really nice. Everything was so much detail back then. Quality. So you can see a little bit better there. Care of the quality and everything. It's a neat old basket. This corner over here. Boy, Paul did a lot of work. Back-breaking work. And he had a stroke at 30 years old, and he died at 92, and he farmed and worked for his whole life. Actually, that was not Paul. Sorry, that was Almanzo. But he did the same. He worked his whole life just like Paul did. It was very hard. Paul died at 66. Almanzo died at 92. Now, some people call him Almanzo. That's probably the correct pronunciation, but I've called him Almanzo for years, so I'm going to continue doing so. Look at that. I don't know if that's original or not, but that's really cool. I've noticed they've been doing a lot of that kind of stuff to the lights. I like that. I'm gonna maybe do some refurbishing of some of my items. Oh, I like those bells. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, look at that printer set. Oh, there's the telephone switchboard, the Walnut Grove telephone switchboard. Yeah, that's something. Didn't Harriet run the switchboard on the series? And she would get into that town gossip. Okay, this little sign here. Telephone service began in Walnut Grove in 1902. And the switchboard office was first located upstairs at the First State Bank building. The office then moved downstairs in November of 1937. And in 1965 through 1971, the telephone office took up the whole first floor of the building. In 1971, the manual system was transformed to a dial system. The printers. Oh, this is Walnut Grove first newspaper, the Rural Center. August 13th, 1891 to October 19th, 1900. Wow. They did not have a newspaper until a local resident began printing the Rural Center from his home. And his name was Joseph Byington. So in 1900, October of 1900, so we are talking 125 years ago, the firm changed the name of the paper to the Walnut Grove Tribune. Yeah, whole nother world. We're not very far from that world either, just a few decades. Oh, look at that typewriter. That's intricate. Look at that. It has its own little stand. Okay, have you ever seen a challenge jobber used to print posters and other advertising items? So that's very interesting.
Well, I swear to some of the older kids,
I
you
just
just
love that.
purposely scrawl.
Okay, let's see what we have.
Just so
What is
like-
that? The American Bank Protection Company. That is. I have never seen anything like that. What is that? Minneapolis.
Well, I'm not sure, so I'll make it look like the same.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Carrie Ingalls Swansea and Laura Ingalls Wilder. Carrie was the sister. Now, I do want to say right now, on her grave, Carrie is buried outside of DeSmet. And it says Caroline Ingalls Swansea. I didn't know who that was. I thought it was her mother, but she's also has that name on her. Okay, so Carrie, she went to the that's how she ended up in Keystone, over by Mount Rushmore. She went to the Black Hills in the early 1900s and was employed by various newspapers, including being the manager of the Keystone Recorder, and later in charge of the Hill City Star. Then in 1909, Carrie was offered a job for the Kingsbury County Independent. And DeSmet is in the county seat of Kingsbury.
Oh, yeah?
Every other school tour has.
Really? Oh. Oh.
Let's not forget the perforator. Impressive collection.
You know, now I can forget.
Very small town. Walnut Grove, I think, has like 700, almost 800 people. But there is not a sign saying what this is. So maybe that's just the alarm system. Here we have a door that looks like a bank vault door. Look at that.
You had a recording on the phone.
It's nice.
Picked up, it would say something to you like, oh wow, New York.
That's what Allison did. She went to all of her old phones and she's like, hello!
Like an old mail station. Very nice.
She remembers everything.
Prairie. Like, this is a post office station, but the phone company, we know from watching Little House on the Prairie and in the Andy Griffith Show that they could listen in to those phone calls. That's really cool. See, like, post office department. Says it right there. All right, there's the lumber yard. That, I love that water tower. Looks like a alien spaceship, sorta. That's the front of the Little House on the Prairie house. Or it looks like it. I saw a water tower in the distance that was something like that the other day. I don't remember where. It's like the second one I've seen. But first up close and personal. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to shut you. Oh yeah, look at that. That's some nice advertising. Boyd Weaver. That looks like it's wood. Oh, I love it. So it looks like they lost part of the sign. That's so cool. Route 66. Phillips 66. It's an old post office rack, I think. Look at that, all the drawers. That's so cool. Laura wrote her manuscripts, wrote her books on a Big Chief. All right. Awesome. Okay, so our last stop here at the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum in Walnut Grove. Oh wait, let's go to this wagon. Let's see. I've been wanting to go in one of these. Look how thin that is. I mean, they would put all their stuff in there. I mean, there's like a family of 4. And you have all your stuff. Oh, wow, yeah. It's nice and solid. Very interesting. See, my head's hitting the top. Well, barely, but very nice. All right, so this is the last stop, the Master Store and Hall. Now, the Master Store and Hall is an original 1870s building dating back to Laura's time in Walnut Grove. So they were here in 1874 to 1876. That's a false front building. See how the top is. During their second stay in Walnut Grove, Charles Ingalls helped build this structure. Oh wow. In Laura's original autobiography, Pioneer Girl, she talks about her time working for the Masters family. The Master Store and Hall is under renovation and is currently not open to visitors. But we can gawk and we can look in the windows and all that stuff, which we are going to do. There I am. Hi! Let's see. Let's see what's looking here. Wow. Oh, that door. Look at the, I don't know if you could see it, the knob on the door. Does it look really small? The store that Charles Ingalls Wilder helped build. Very nice. All right. That ends our tour of the Laura Ingalls Wilder Museum. And I would have recommended, if you are a Laura Ingalls Wilder fan, definitely go here. It's really nice. They have great displays. A lot of stuff about Walnut Grove. I mean, it's a great place to be. Really enjoyed it. And I love that train depot as well. A small town that loves their history and takes care of it, that's for sure. October 22nd, 2025.